On this edition of Issues and Insiders, we have the pleasure of speaking with a pair of K-pop fans whose love for the music has brought them together to set up a broader campaign calling for climate action. Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Issues and Insiders. I'm Min Sunhee. Today we speak with the co-founders of a platform for K-pop fans that seeks to ease our carbon footprints. For this, I have Lee Dayeon at Kpop4PLANET live on the line. Dayeon, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. I also have Nurul Sarifah live on the line as well at Kpop4PLANET. Nurul, it's great to have you on.
Thanks for having us.
Dayeon, let's start off then with an introduction of Kpop4PLANET.
Yes, Kpop4PLANET is an online platform doing climate action with K-pop fans around the world. So basically, we are deliver K-pop fans' voices and demands to each industry to change the sustainability society and make some better changes.
How long has your platform been?
We started our activities from March 2021.
Now, Nurul, I understand you reached out to Dayeon to start the platform Kpop4PLANET. Could you tell us more about this, Nurul?
Yeah, so K-pop fans grow very big these recent years, and K-pop fans have already active in social justice movements such as Black Lives Matter. A couple years ago, BTS fans donate millions in solidarity. And of course, it seems natural, so not only in social justice movement, but the fans is also involved in climate action too, like planting trees, mini forests, and also to donating to climate disaster victims. And with the growing of and popularity of K-cultures, it's not really hard to find a K-pop fans among ourselves. And same things are going on with the environmental movement as well, which is how Dayeon and I bond together with our strong love not only to Earth but also to K-pop. And we use that bonds to create a platform as a way to bridge the connection between the fan activism into the climate movement. So long story short, that's how Dayeon and I met and create this platform together.
Right, I see. That's quite impressive. Dayeon, you've also been selected by BBC as one of the 100 women for this year, 2023. How do you feel, and what do you believe are the broader implications of this particular recognition? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. At first time, I was very surprised. And it was such an honor and pleasure to be on that list. But I never thought it was only for me. I thought it was for all our Kpop4PLANET activities, including Nurul here and also other campaigners. And I even thought that it was for all K-pop fans who helped us and supported us. And I think that nomination shows proof that the K-pop fans' activism has great influence and impacts around the world.
Right. And Nurul, before we delve further into Kpop4PLANET's campaign, could you tell us a bit about the carbon footprints created by K-pop-related activities?
So in modern days, this day, we can really afford like carbon footprint. Like whatever we do, it's always have the impact. It's just on how we can minimize our activities to not creating a bigger impact on the increasing of the carbon footprint. But in terms of the K-pop activities, like there's a couple of examples. The first one is the streaming cultures. It's very popular among the fans, but crazily it has a hidden cost where it turns out streaming music for more than 5 hours emits more carbon emissions than one physical album does, which is very shocking to some of the fans because they didn't know like how most of the streaming companies are still using fossil fuels for their data center. And then this is one of the reasons why the carbon footprint is increasing. And another issue is that the plastic album waste from the K-pop albums, which is undeniably hard to resist. Like as a fans, we want to support our idols. And that being said, we also want to purchase their albums and also to have it in our place. So, but wouldn't it be wonderful if we have sustainable alternative? And that's why, as a fans, we have the choice to fangirl sustainably. So to do so, we have a choice to support the company that commits to renewable energy and also have a strong stance to reduce emissions. Another thing that we can do is also to demand our top choice of company. We can ask them to switch to renewable energy, and that's what we came with the Kpop4PLANET. We came with a couple of campaigns, and two of them, the first one is the streaming hitting melting, another one is the no K-pop on that planet. And in these two campaign, we asked South Korea streaming and also entertainment industry to switch to renewable energy to reduce carbon emissions as well.
And Dayeon, what has been the response of K-pop fans to Kpop4PLANET's broader agenda?
Yeah, like when we did the album campaign and also the streaming campaign, a lot of K-pop fans joined us and helped us, and they even sent us some direct messages to our social media accounts. Like through the messages, they said that we are the only hope in the K-pop culture and K-pop fandom, and some said that they have always wanted this kind of activities, so they appreciate our work. So those kind of messages actually motivated and encouraged us to keep campaigning as the campaigners of Kpop4PLANET.
Right, I see. And Nurul, what can you share with us, perhaps, about the more notable achievements of your platform, Kpop4PLANET?
So as Dayeon said, we have enormous support and also love coming from the fans, including encouragement as well to our campaign. And Kpop4PLANET so far have launched 8 campaigns and targeting like entertainment industries, corporations, and also government to be in hand with us in fighting the climate crisis by showing an ambitious climate commitment. And through this campaign, we gained more than 50,000 fans coming from 150 countries have gathered to raise the voice for the climate justice. And one of our groundbreaking campaign is the No K-pop on a Dead Planet, which I mentioned earlier. It calls for environmentally sustainable practices in the K-pop industry. And to break a bit about our campaign and also K-pop fans' voice is that this campaign have led into the fans' attentions over the company's sustainability and also prom idols like BTS J-Hope, which I also love, and also Facton to pivot from the albums to digital albums. So that's what we can share more.
Right. And Dayeon, staying with this, if I were to ask you to perhaps highlight one K-pop related activity that needs to be addressed immediately to perhaps advance our green campaign, what would you highlight?
So basically from this year, we also started to talk about some industry issues that are not even related to the K-pop industry. So now currently lots of luxury brands are enacting K-pop idols as their brand ambassadors and targeting young K-pop fans as their future customers. But actually they are harming the environment that the young K-pop fans will inherit. So we are asking the luxury brands to stop greenwashing and switch to renewable energy 100% by 2030 in the supply chain and disclose more information about the energy mix that they use. So we are asking the luxury brands to take more sincere climate action with K-pop fans around the world. We even did some truck advertisement in several cities, including Seoul, Tokyo, London, and so on. And now we are waiting for their responses and to take a bolder climate action if they really care about the environment that the youth will inherit.
Right, and hopefully you'll get back a positive response then. Nurul, your founding of Kpop4PLANET was triggered, I understand, by a short video of Blackpink, my daughter's personal favorite as well, of course, sharing concerns about climate change. Now, that being said, what do you believe is the potential impact of K-pop idols on their fans with regard to climate action?
Speaking of COP, yes, that's right. So Blackpink have been appointed as the COP26 ambassadors 2 years ago, and also that's triggered the born of Kpop4PLANET because we saw on how fans is really excited to be in hand for the climate actions. And not only Blackpink, but these days there's a lot of idols that are using their platform, their voice, and also having their fans for a positive movement. So another example is that we have 17 speech. So a couple weeks ago, they have the speech at UNESCO Youth Forum. And also we have BTS speech at the UN General Assembly. And these idols are becoming the good influence for the fans. Also one of the reasons why we have been collaborating with the fan base that are in line with the messages from their idols and also their fandoms to protect the environment. And one of it is shown by our campaign where we collaborate closely with the fan base of BTS ARMY. So on the Hyundai Drop Call campaign, we demand South Korea big automotive company Hyundai to reconsider their MOU with Indonesian mining companies for their aluminum, as the aluminum will be produced with a new coal power plant that will be built in North Kalimantan, Indonesia. And in regards of their idols message and also the fans positive movement, BTS and ARMY known for their great solidarity and contributions to the positive movement, and which is why BTS ARMY Indonesia is supporting us in this campaign, as their idols is the face of the brand for its sustainable EV. So that being said, the fans are willing to support the company that works closely with their idols. But if those brands are showing a sign of greenwashing or not being true to their climate promises or not being in line to protect the environment, it shows on how the fans is not afraid to call them out and also asking for climate action. So I would say the fans and also the idols positive movement have been grown the past years, and then how they are using the platform to do positive movement for positive goods change as well.
Right, good to know. Dayeon, Nurul mentioned COP26 earlier on. Well, the COP28, that is this year's UN Summit on Climate Change, is taking place in Dubai as we speak. What is your platform, Kpop4PLANET? How is it contributing with regard to this latest UN gathering on climate change?
Yes, so we are focusing on pushing the fashion campaign, high fashion, high carbon. So we know that the luxury brands are going to attend the COP28 conference, and we'll have some discussion like what kind of actions and what kind of things that the luxury fashions can do to reduce the carbon emissions. So at this point, we gathered 11K petitions from K-pop fans around the world and deliver them to each luxury brand and give us the responses. So we are going to create some more online buzzes on the social media accounts with K-pop fans around the world. Like, we are not just waiting for them to give us the responses. We are going to keep pushing them, and we will not give up until they make some actual changes to address the carbon emission issues.
You're right. So that is the plan with regard to the corporate sector. Nurul, what more can you tell us about the platform's future plans?
So K-pop fans are known for their strong will to fight for the good thing, like I mentioned a couple of times. And that's what we will continue to do so. So with the fans, we won't stop here, and we will continuously push our ongoing campaigns. The Hyundai Drop Call campaign, the high fashion, high carbon campaign. We won't stop until we hear actual changes coming from the company and also from the industry. And we will also continue to push K-pop entertainment companies to address the plastic album waste issues. And we're also keen to do more campaign with the fans, of course, and related to the fans culture and K-pop world. A couple months ago, we heard on how Blackpink recently made a groundbreaking announcement about their emission measurement in their concert. So maybe we can also do something around and planning to do something around the sustainable concert for our upcoming campaign in the future.
Right, of course. Nurul, on a more personal level, were you always interested in taking climate action, even prior to interest in K-pop? Or did that interest become stronger as you became exposed to K-pop, I wonder?
In Jakarta, there are so many ongoing climate disaster that always happening. So climate issues have been always got my attentions. And related to the K-pop one, before Kpop4PLANET exists, I never thought that there's a connection between the K-pop industry with the climate crisis in depth. And that's after we have this platform, and then we speak to a couple of other fans. I understand that it's deeper than I expected, and then the fans have shown awareness about what's going on with the K-pop industry. And after we have several campaigns, have several talk with the fan base and also the fandoms, that gets me into more a bigger, eager fight for the climate justice with the fans as well. So I think the love and also the passion that I have for the climate justice grew as I expose more with these campaigns and also speak more with the fans and also the locals.
Right, I extend the same question to Dayeon. How was your interest in climate change first triggered?
So I started to feel interested in climate issues when I was a high school student. Like, at that time, I started to enjoy reading some newspaper articles and realized that more and more articles started to talk about those climate crisis issues. So I felt that, oh, this is really real threatening issues. And like most scientists also said that we have to limit the rise of the Earth temperatures to the 1.5 degrees Celsius. So I felt like as the one who lives on the Earth and the youth will inherit the future, I have to contribute to relieving like those climate issues. So like I met with Nurul, and like as Nurul said, I also didn't know that I can do the two favorite things at the same time, like K-pop fangirling and also climate action. So I think this K-pop4PLANET is very valuable like opportunity that I can enjoy climate action in sustainable way, like in power of love and care.
Right. And Nurul, staying with that, how can ordinary youth, those even outside perhaps Kpop4PLANET, work to promote climate action, do you think? What little actions could we take to ensure that we are advancing the green movement?
I think youth and also all of us is bigger than little action for the climate. So while the COP28 is happening and also global leaders and also a lot of important persons are discussing what to do with the planet and the climate crisis, another climate disaster is also happening globally. In Indonesia, it's rainy season, so there's flood everywhere. Same things we saw on how a couple of countries also facing the climate disaster. So climate crisis is not a burden to certain people, and so this is climate actions. That's why we have to be collaborative and also work as individuals. It's really important, but collective work through a movement is so much more powerful. And I would say I believe that everyone should take the role and responsibility to reduce the carbon footprint and also for the climate actions. And youth, especially youth, have a strong power to raise awareness and also our voice through something that we are good at using. I would say it's in social media. Good youth is very good to utilize the social media, and that can be the start of our climate actions. We can make videos on TikTok, we can create a viral thread on the Twitter, or even like post on the Instagram. So that can be the start of the youth. And moreover, again, climate crisis and also climate actions shouldn't be a burden to some people or even some community only. So the target of reducing carbon footprint should also be to corporations and also to industry, because personal responsibilities is only goes far when only a certain number of companies are responsible for most of the world's pollution. So they also need to be held responsible as well. So not only the youth, but all of us all together.
Right, like you said, it needs to be a collective action. Taeyeon, I extend the same question to you. What can the youth here in Korea then do to advance the green movement, to ensure climate action?
Yeah, I understand that lots of Korean youth are also interested in doing climate action and also climate crisis issues. I was also the same a young student who are interested in those climate actions, but I didn't know what to do because I thought I was too young to do some climate action and thought like some climate action are very complicated and difficult issues. But I want to say that everyone, even the non-K-pop, can join the climate action by joining our fun and easy online campaign activities. Like as Noel said, we are trying to make some fun, catchy contents on our social media accounts like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and so on. And also we are planning some fun activities that everybody can enjoy and do in sustainable way. So if there is anyone who are interested in climate action, I like to ask to check our social media and join this Kpop4PLANET community.
And I'm sure you'll have a lot of people signing on then. Taeyeon, thank you so much for your time and your thoughts today. And Nurul as well, thank you very much for your insights. And also, thank you so much for taking action against climate change.
Thank you so much for the amazing interview.
Most welcome. Well, on that note, we end this week's editions of Issues and Insiders. Thank you for watching and do have a great weekend.